welcome to this week's vlog. First up, let's talk about my arc. It is called Fall I Want, and it is by Lyra Parish. It's in the Cozy Creek collection. It is a brand new, all autumn themed collection of books. Hers is the first one to come out. Granted, I know fall does not start until the end of September, like the 21st or 22nd, I think. I always joke, I'm like, my birthday is the 14th of September. It is in fall. You cannot tell me otherwise. I have read the first chapter and it is really good. All the characters are just so good. And so we'll read that. And then my audiobook, okay, hear me out. I know that my channel is all indie. However, this book was indie and it got so much hype and acclaim and everyone loved it so much that she got picked up by a larger publisher, which I actually don't know who it is. Hold on, let me look and see who is actually publishing this book. Who publishes Zando? Please hold. I'm gonna Google. If you ever want to know how I check if it doesn't explicitly say it on like my Libby app or on Goodreads or on Storygraph, anywhere, who the publisher is, or if it's a publisher I don't know, I just go to Google and I type in, this one is Zando imprint, and it'll tell me if it's an imprint of one of the big publishers. It says we are an independent publisher. I was wrong. Okay, so technically she is still indie, because I read books that are still with independent publishers. I think that if they're still, it's like kind of like a mom and pop, right? You may not be doing it by yourself, you have a little help. However, it's still not one of the big guys that you're just going to be instantly pushed into Barnes & Noble or instantly pushed into, an international market. So therefore, still indie. So happy about that. All right, guys, it is lights out. Can you see that? Let's see where we go. This book, oh my gosh. All right, I wanted to physically read it when it first came out, and I had it on my Kindle Unlimited, had it downloaded, I was ready to read it, and then I just got distracted by other stuff, and then it disappeared because she got picked up by this publisher, and now it's no longer on Kindle Unlimited, but it's on my Libby app. And I saw that there was the audio and I was so excited, so I downloaded it. You guys, it has Jacob Morgan. He is literally the best audiobook narrator ever. But I will tell you, this book is all of the triggers. All the triggers. There's stalking, there's masks, that's like nothing compared to all the stuff at the very beginning of the book when they go through everything. But so far, I can tell you, if I've read, how many chapters have I read? I'm in chapter 2. Chapter 1 was from her point of view. Chapter 2 is his. It's dual POV. It's also duetted. So if she has a text or something, her voice pops up even in his chapter, which I love. So reading Lights Out and reading Fall I Want, literally polar opposites in books, and that's what I like doing that. I like getting a little sprinkling of both. Got a dark romance and a light and fluffy fall autumn romance. There is, I think, magic in Fall I Want, which I also love. I'm so here for that. So now I'm gonna go get a haircut. As you saw, oh, by the way, did you see I dyed my hair purple? This is I almost dyed, so therefore I'm coloring my hair purple. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I had an accident. It's in one of my other vlogs, but yeah, I had to have surgery in France. That's this whole thing. And so dyed my hair purple, but I think, guys, I might get bangs. I think I'm gonna get bangs. So you're gonna come with me. And yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little while. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe it. I did it. I did it. And they definitely, I've been playing with them. They definitely need to be tamed in some way. And also it's just such a weird feeling to have something on my forehead. Like I keep wanting to do like that, like get them off. But I know I'll get used to it. Also, I think dry shampoo, I live in Shanghai and like it's so humid outside right now that I know that dry shampoo is going to be my best friend. I can guarantee it. Anyway, wanted to give you a little quick update. I was just listening to Lights Out. Holy crap, you guys. Oh my word. First of all, Jacob Morgan, so good. Slash Zachary Weber. I don't know. I don't even remember what I said earlier because he goes by both names. I think maybe he's Jacob Morgan on this book. I think that's like reserved. That's like his name. See, I'm going to start playing with him. I think Jacob Morgan is who he uses for like the spicier books that he does. So if you don't like spice, don't read this book. It definitely talks about that stuff. And it really is. But I'm on like chapter 4. It is so interesting because he's like stalking her, but yet it's like you really love him. He's a good guy. And it's all wrapped up in this backstory of his life and like how she's a nurse, and I don't know. I'm loving it. Absolutely love it. I think if you're going to read something like this, you know, it's like these are not steeped in reality, right? These are almost like fantasy. Obviously not fantasy worlds, but it's things that like would never happen to you, or you would never want them to happen, but yet they're just so interesting. If you like dark romance, so far this is great. So I should probably clean. I don't want to clean, guys. I don't want to do laundry, but I need to do laundry. But now I have a book to listen to, so I'm gonna do laundry like I do. And yeah, tell me what you think about my bangs. Tell me also if you have any like tips on fixing bangs. Talk later. This is not the greatest backdrop, but you get my vacuum, you get my messy entryway. And so, little update on the book, audiobook. So far, the narration is perfection. It is amazing. I think that I would definitely want to buy the physical copy so I can like annotate some things because it's just so good. I'm thinking this might be a 5-star, and I don't know. It's just he's like this. You would think it's like, oh, a masked man. It's no. He looks like he could kill you, but he's a cinnamon roll. Okay, so it's so good. Really enjoying it. And there are dark themes in it, but I've caught myself laughing so many times so far. So anyway, I'm enjoying it, love it, and I'm gonna go finish my coffee and go not do schoolwork. No, I really need to. I don't want to go. Okay, I am done with Lights Out. And I literally just finished probably like 10 minutes ago, and I really wanted to hop on here and give you my like final thoughts. It's not a whole lot other than I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. So I knew going into it that it was like a spicy book. If Zachary Weber narrates a book under Zachary Weber, it's not going to be as spicy. But if it is a Jacob Morgan book, you know that it might be literal, like on the spicier side. And so I kind of went into it based on like the trigger warnings and everything, thinking it was going to be pretty dark and thinking that it was going to just be a lot of spice. And it wasn't. I was actually incredibly surprised. The plot was plotting, like there was actually a storyline. I love that for me because one of my biggest pet peeves is when I start reading a book and it's just all spice and no plot. I'm like, come on, you gotta give me something. I prefer to have like a really good storyline to go if there is spice in the book. This, I feel like the spice was strategic, and if you don't want to listen or read the spice, you can skip it. It's very, you know when it's coming. It's not like it just like happens. It's very like well placed. If you are scared to read this book because of the trigger warnings, don't be. they're there, but to be quite honest, I think that they aren't really representative of the book. Like, the book was not dark, in my opinion. You want to read something like gorier or something, you know, read like Butcher and Blackbird, right? So yeah, I really, really, really liked the book. I laughed like a lot, and he's like a sweetheart. You think he's a stalker or whatever. Not really. Like, it all makes sense, and both characters are very, very well, like, what's the word? How would I say this? They are self-actualized. Like, they really know themselves. They maybe a little too much, maybe a little unrealistic and understanding like the psychology of themselves. But at the same time, I think it lent itself for a really safe book and a really good read. So highly recommend Lights Out. Go read it. Go listen to the audio. You will not regret it. So good. And it's the weekend. Actually, it's Friday. I'm supposed to have this vlog out tomorrow. Don't think that's gonna happen because I think tonight and tomorrow I'm going to read the rest of the Fall I Want book. So we'll have a fun weekend. I'm so glad it's the weekend. I did my schoolwork today and I don't want to do anything else. I just want to like chill. So it's like 100 degrees outside. Baking a cake for my middle daughter's birthday. It's today and she's turning 15. So I'm baking her a chocolate cake. So while I do this, I thought I would give you my final thoughts on Fall I Want. I finished that today, and instead of coming like right on, I wanted to kind of let it sit. I wanted to sit in it for a minute. So it's really difficult for me to give like negative reviews of books, and I don't know why that is, but this one is not going to be great. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be a 5-star based on the first chapter and even the first couple chapters. I loved the beginning of this book. It was set in Cozy Creek. It was so cozy and so cute, and the side characters were awesome and fun, and the story was really like he was gonna be like Grumpy Sunshine kind of situation. I don't know. It just seemed really, really great. And the first probably like 30% of the book was all in Cozy Creek, and I enjoyed it. And then all of a sudden it just went, it like completely changed. It turned into a completely different book. It got super spicy out of Cozy Creek. I don't even know. And it was like insta love, but that was because of like the magical elements of the book, which I enjoyed. That part didn't bother me, but like some of the writing bothered me. Contextual things, like it almost felt like the book was written maybe a little too fast. And I think that what happened was she pulled in some characters from her other books, which is fine, but it also made it a little less about Cozy Creek and more about her world for her books. And that's fine. I don't know if I should lick that bad or egg in it. I'm gonna get this first one in. Unfortunately, I don't have 2 of these, so I have to do one at a time. That's my final little synopsis of the book. Wasn't my favorite. I'm not gonna give up on this author. I will try another one of her books, but yeah. Also, the Cozy Creek collection that they have are all by different authors, so maybe if you don't want to try this one out, try the next one. I don't know. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.